Thanks for joining us once again on our channel. Today, we shall explore some interesting American laws, which might not be common knowledge. This will include obsolete laws, absurd situations about the law, and many other jurisdictions that have really crazy laws. The weird side of America location Florida. Some other reasons include no better place to start with than the Sunshine State herself. Florida. The state of Florida has had its fair share of strange and funny news stories, and so has its law. Have you heard that in Florida, people are prohibited from farting in public after 6 p.m. on Thursday? Yes, I mean it. So if your plan is to go for the beach on Thursday evening, it is advisable to suppress all that gas until you reach at home. Nonetheless, that's not the only one. It is also illegal in Florida to ride a skateboard without a skateboard license. This means there is a fine reward for any citizen or a tourist riding his/her skateboard without the running paperwork of a skateboard, extending up to $500. And if you thought that was weird, just wait until you hear about the law in Sarasota that forbids one from singing while dressed in a swimsuit. Therefore, when on a beach and you feel like singing your heart out, think again. California. Craziness, laws, and paradoxes in contradicted region. Alright, y'all. They have crazy laws in many states on the East Coast. And now, we are heading to something more relaxing on the West Coast. Did you know that in Los Angeles, you absolutely cannot shed a single tear while on a witness stand in a court of law? Well, that's exactly right. In the event that you are watching a trial and begin crying or tearing up, you could actually be breaking the law. So yes, should you ever be summoned to appear in court in LA, remember to carry some paper towels or disinfecting wipes with you. Besides this, California is full of crazy rules. In San Francisco, it is against the law to keep anything other than a motor vehicle in a garage. STEM warning. Do not even think about using a motor vehicle garage for anything other than a motor vehicle, as there is a $500 fine for using the garage for any purpose other than housing a car. And just when you thought it couldn't get any costlier for a residence, consider the fact that, in Glendale, there is a law that forbids bowling on the sidewalk. If you like to practice 10. Pin bowling, better do it in the bowling games, courtesies of lanes provided. The bizarre laws of Texas. Next, we will be heading to the southern state of Texas. The laws here, as expected, are as big and as colorful as the state itself. For instance, are you aware that there's a rule in Houston that forbids the selling of Limburger cheese on Sundays? If you are looking for greasy cheese to add to your Sunday midday meal, then you will have to push the cheesing until round about Monday. Those strange laws do not end there in Texas. In some cities, it is a crime to have wire cutters in your pocket. So, if there is a dangling wire you'd want to fix in hardly any time, better think on how deep you're going to dig into your trousers pockets. If you found that crazy, relax until you hear about a law in El Paso which states that you can't gallop faster than 10 miles an hour on a horse. A Wild West fantasy would be fun in Texas, but be ready to take things a bit easier than expected. The bizarre laws of New York. Having traversed through strange laws in America, we have come to the last stop. Geographically, New York City is the last destination of this tour. For example, during Sundays in New York, one is not allowed to carry around an ice cream cone in the pocket. This means that on some hot Sunday afternoon, do not content yourself to carry the ice cream for free, but rather eat it because you cannot walk around carrying ice cream for some strange reason. But that is not the only funny law in New York. In some areas, it is prohibited to drink soup in silence. So if refreshing your soup with a slurp is your habit, you should think about changing ways of dining. And this is nothing you have not heard yet about the strangest things, the law in Albany, which bans anyone from flirtation in the public. And so, if you are planning on looking for a heartthrob while in the Big Apple, affection will have to remain restrained. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, an insight into the bizarre and fascinating American laws that you probably never knew existed. Some lawmakers in some states have passed bizarre bills, such as a ban on feet smelling in public in Florida, or nose-picking with utensils in Washington, making one wonder about the mental state of politicians in those areas. So the next time you're in an awkward predicament, think that somewhere in the world there's an even more ridiculous law. Thank you for watching, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share for more of such craziness from around the globe. Until next time, stay quirky, stay amazing, and stay within the confines of the law.